Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tona's Table. I need you to repeat after me. Today is going to be a great day. I am your host, Tona Buck, and I am so excited about my guest tonight. I'm going to give you the Tona's rundown really fast, and I'm going to introduce this amazing, awesome, phenomenal woman, Miss Teska Frisby, who has a plethora of things going on. So I can't wait to hear her share them with you. What's going on in Tona's life? Well, for one, any day now I'm going to be a grandmother of a new grandson. I'm excited. She went to the doctors today. We got to hopefully within the next 10 days. Then we started our Picture Us campaign. You know, for those who are just watching for the first time, let me reintroduce myself. Hello, my name is Tona Buck, and I'm a sexual abuse survivor and an advocate. I have an organization called ROSA, Rising Over Sexual Abuse. We have many things going on this year. One of the most major ones we have coming up soon would be our 5th Worldwide Sexual Assault Virtual Walk. Right now, in the month of February, we are doing a Picture Us Together campaign. So what that consists of is you taking a picture, or drawing a picture, or making a flyer. I showed y'all last time my artwork that looks a mess. It's upside down. Yeah, my artwork that looks a mess. But you can do flyers, you can do little signs, you can do pretty much anything. Just saying that I support VOSA, and I'll walk on April the 9th, 2022. If you are up north, we're from Trenton, New Jersey. If you are up north, we are walking physically at Calwater Park on April the 9th at 9 o'clock. If you are not in our location, we are going worldwide. What does that look like? You go on VOSA Warriors, VOSAWarriors.org or TonaBuck.com or Eventbrite. Find Trenton, New Jersey Sexual Assault Awareness Month Walk. And it's a link once you register. Registration is up. Once you register, there's a link that wherever you are around the world at 9 o'clock, you click on that link and we will all be Zoomed and being taped together. This is the season to really fight for enough. This is the season to say no more. And we cannot do it alone. This walk is for those who've been victimized and those who have never been victimized. We need to join together just to say as powerful as we can. Absolutely enough. We are not going to continue to let these people victimize us or anyone else. What else is going on? We have a new documentary coming out. Enough. Go figure, right? It's enough. Part 2 of Why We Didn't Tell. Part 1, if you have not seen it, is on youtube.com of brave warriors sharing their stories and their experiences about being sexual victimized. And it's never been done in history because it was all African Americans on the platform. Powerful piece that changed my life. I'm not even going to go anymore because I don't want to talk anymore because I'm so excited about this awesome woman that's sitting next to me. She is a community advocate. She is an author. She is the co-founder of VOSA Warrior. She is a warrior herself. So I'm going to let this beautiful, awesome, amazing young lady introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Tona. I love you. Let's start right there. And I appreciate all the hard work that you're doing on behalf of those of us who have been victims, but now we are champions. We are not sitting in that victim seat anymore, taking back our voices. And for those who do not have a voice or are afraid to use their voice. So I appreciate the work that you are doing, my sister. And I just want to lift you up and give you your flowers and let you know that you are amazing. You are just beautiful in your own right. And I'm not just talking about your outer beauty because everybody can see that glows. It is the heart that I am talking about that most shines. So I appreciate you. Yes, I am an advocate here in the city of Trenton. I am trying to do whatever I can to enact change in a positive way for our city. I'm not about complaining, but I'm about doing. And whether it be in the background or in the forefront as I'm beginning to show myself, I just want to make sure that things are done in decency that they are done in order, that respect is given. If we want to get respect, we have to give respect. And I am just trying to make sure that wherever I am in my space, where my sphere of influence, I am doing my best to influence them in a positive way. I am an author of this amazing book that we just celebrated 1 year as
Yes.
February 1st. Made 1 year when we did this book, and this book was birthed out of frustration, anger, and love for my son, because I was tired of the way people were looking at him and responding to him. And I wanted folks to understand, just as the title says, he's different, but he's just like you. He's just like me. He's got so much going on. And then the final thing I'm going to add is that in my quiet background, and I'm moving slowly to the front, I have just put my hat in the ring to become a council woman for West Wards here in the city of Trenton to enact change. I want to be the change that I want to see. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. And
Yes.
that's what I'm doing right here.
Listen, let me just give you a history on Teska, just in case you don't know who she is, right? This is the most dedicated, and y'all know I don't lie on my shows. Y'all know the one thing that people always say that I get feedback about. They always be like, Tona, you so real, I am. I am, and I'm blunt.
Yes, he is.
That's the truth. I do not sugarcoat things, but it is what it is. What I love about Teska is many things, but one, she is the most hardest working woman I've ever seen. If she believes in a mission, she is 100% behind it. If she could do it, she can. If she can't, she will let you know. But if it comes out her mouth, it shall get done. No questions asked. And if I had the opportunity, or when I had the opportunity, because I'm not from the West Ward, I'm so saddened that I'm not, but so many of my friends are from the West Ward. I am a Trenton resident, and I promise you, everywhere I go, I'm going to lift your name up, because they are going to be the most fortunate.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you.
blessed ward when you take that council seat. I love that they will have someone that's committed. I love that they will have someone with a vision. I love someone that's straight. And I love someone who has a heart of God, but still don't play. I love that you threw your hat in that ring. When she called me and told me she was running for West Ward, girl, you would have thought I was running. I was so excited, because I know you are going to do an amazing job, my sister. And it's going to be an honor to see you on that council. I can't wait.
Your lips to God's ears.
Somebody had a nerve to text me a real dumb. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in a while. It was like, I just heard that Teska is running. Are you supporting her? What you say to me? Of course I am. Obviously, you ain't never worked with her. Because if they would have worked with you, they would have never asked me a question that dumb. Am I going to support her? Wholeheartedly, 100,000%. You tell me what I need to do, where I need to be, where I need to go. And I probably tell people that I have your back. Her book is amazing. Teska, where can we find your book at?
So my book is, which I always want to brag on, it sold out on Amazon 3 times. But you can get it now, and it's back on there. You can get on Amazon.com, eBay.com, Walmart.com, and Barnes & Noble. And if you are in the Princeton, Trenton area, the Barnes & Noble on Route 1, they have it in their store. Someone took a picture and sent it to me. It sold on the Barnes & Noble shelf. It lit my heart up. My husband, son, both my boys, and we went to Barnes & Noble a couple months back, and we saw the book, and we had to take a picture with my son, with him, with his book behind him. So it was just amazing. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment for the family. We never thought that it was going to really go into anything. It was me venting.
Yes.
And I just thought we were going to write it, put it in print, and we sell, if we were lucky, 100 copies. We have exceeded that by tenfold and then some. And it's still going. It's still growing. We have schools that are still asking about this book, because it's a teaching book. It is a book that teaches our children about taking pride in who they are. What makes them different is what makes them unique. What makes them different is the beauty in them. And to celebrate that, as opposed to hiding it back, and to have children come up and ask me, what's with your son? What's different? I had a young boy, I think he had to be about 7. He said, Miss Frisby, I don't mean any disrespect. He had me, right? He said, I don't mean any disrespect.
You want to say something disrespectful? Go ahead.
He said, but why can't your son walk like the rest of us? So I told him, I said, that's not being disrespectful. I said, that's what I want you to do. I said, I want to start the conversation. I said, my son is diagnosed with cerebral palsy. I said, but he has to do things a little differently than you. I said, but his heart is just like yours. I said, he likes to play, he likes to read, he likes to eat, he has to sleep, he has to get washed, he has to brush those teeth. I said, so just like you have to do things, he too has to do them. I said, but he has to do them a little bit differently. He has to get help and all that. But those are situations that really just bless me when children come up and say, I've got one this color eye, I want that color eye. One child came up to me, I asked him, I said, what's different about you? I like to play croquet. And couldn't even pronounce the word properly. I like to play croquet. I'm like, huh? I like to play croquet. And my friends don't even know what that is. And went on to explain it, and the excitement. That's what the book is about. Letting you know what's different and celebrating that. It is okay to be different and not be bullied because of your differences.
Teska, listen, you know me. I'm 100% supportive. So when you wrote the book, I said, what you need me to do? You know me, listen. I am that, listen, I am that friend, I am that warrior, I am that woman for real. If I believe in you, it ain't nothing I won't do for you. Seriously. Like, just tell me. This is always my favorite line to people. And people could contest to who I am. If I believe in what you're doing, my first thing is, what can I do? What can I do? How can I help you do whatever it needs to do? This is why I'm glad that I have such a phenomenal platform, because I told people I need to shine light on people who are doing great things, right? It ain't about me. It's about everyone else who are doing amazing things, and the world gets to hear and know exactly that you are out there, right? So connections can take place. So, Teska, how do people get in contact with you who want to help you with this campaign? We already know where to get the books from, but how can some, because I know somebody else other than me is 100% excited to have such an amazing woman doing their hat in this wonderful arena.
So we have not gotten our website up. That is the next thing that we are working on. We're currently working on. But until then, I can be reached on my Facebook account, which is Teska Frisby, Teska T Frisby, Teska T Flowers Frisby, because that's my maiden name, Flowers. So Teska T Flowers Frisby. And I'm sure if you Googled or put in Facebook Teska, I will be the only one that comes up. Teska. I'm 56 years young. I have never met another Teska. Tessie, Teresa, never met. Yeah, he wants to bark. He wants in.
He always.
You can't tell him nothing.
Right.
Listen, I'm here. Hear me roar.
He'd be like, why are y'all not talking about me?
Right, exactly. It's not this my show, but I want to give you your kudos, Miss Tona. So I wanted to let you know, I tried to self-publish my book because of you publishing your book. And when we first got your book, Safe Touches Only, and all the other books that you have now written, and you said that you self-published, that was such a beautiful thing for me to know. There's a Black girl here in the city who is doing her thing, and she's doing it in excellence. And the fact that you did it, and for you it seems seamless with all kinds of brain injuries.
Yes.
I don't have a brain injury, and I should be able to do this. Well, I couldn't do it. And if I found out that it wasn't me, that there was a glitch, but they made me feel like that. I'm like, she got a brain injury, she get this done, and I can't get it. What is the matter with me? But I just want to let you know that you were part of my inspiration, and you even helped me with finding my little illustrator. So I want to make sure that everybody knows the background in my book. This book was published by an African-American woman here from the city of Trenton. Pink Butterfly Publishing, amazing woman. Pink Butterfly Publishing. She did a phenomenal job. She had great detail and great patience, I want to say. But then I needed an illustrator. Yeah. And I wanted that too. I wanted all three components, the writing, the publishing, and the illustrations to come right here from the city of Trenton.
Yes.
And I called Miss Tona because she's a teacher.
Yes.
And I wanted a young artist. And she gave me Mr. Khalil Livingston. That young man, the artwork in this book, what he did in this book, I have not ceased to get all kinds of questions about what he's done. I hope that you'll get the book, that you will go through it. But what I wanted to do, because I was so appreciative, was I put his little picture back here with our family, because I want to make sure he one knows that he was a part. This is the first book that was published with his picture, his name, his illustrations in it.
Yes.
But that he goes down in history, at least for now, in the city of Trenton, is one of the youngest illustrators to have a published book. And so I appreciate you, my sister,
Thank
for
you.
sending me to him and dealing with his amazing mother and his dad.
Yes.
They're just a beautiful family. And it was a very easy um, project to put together. And you were my inspiration. When
Thank
you
you.
said self-published, I'm like, I can do that. And did it in the midst, in the top of a pandemic. I'm like, oh, okay, we got to be still. This is what I'm going to do. Tona did it again with a brain injury. I can do this. I don't have a brain injury. And it was seamless. I wrote the book, and I think it took it was less than 3 months. I know that much.
Yeah.
And it just came out when it was supposed to come out. I thought it was going to come out in December. God said, no, not so. February 1, the top of Black History Month. I'll
Yes.
never ever forget it.
Yes. You know what? You said something, you touched on something very important, Teska, that I need our hearers and listeners to understand this. A lot of times we give up on things. A lot of times we think that because we don't see something coming into fruition, that it's not going to happen. It's not that a lot of times. A lot of times it's just about season and timing. Stop getting discouraged. Stop throwing those projects down. Stop putting them on the shelf. Stop saying you're not going to do it because it's not happening in your time. It's not supposed to happen in your timing. It's going to happen in the right timing. There's no way in the world I thought I would be publishing a book with a brain injury. A serious brain injury. Couldn't even spell 3 letter words. Wrote a book first of all.
Knocked you out unconscious. Brain injury.
I was just at the neurologist last week, Teska. This 7 years later, and I got to make an appointment for my leg now. Long story short, I was walking my dog. I hit like an animal, left on the street to die by a car that kept going. And with that, I survived worse than that.
That's right.
I survived worse than that. People was like, I'm sorry, Tona. I said, no, you being victimized, sexual victimized. That's something you got to truly heal from. So I'm healing physically from this. So Trish, I give a shout out to Trish Williams because the month of March, I'm so excited. I'm having Black authors on, and I need you back on April. So listen, I'm so booked and
and I'm there.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have a platform to shine a light on people. So let me say something about Kyle.
Yeah.
Not only is he the youngest illustrator, but I had the privilege with this brain injury. I cracked me up, Teska. Just published a book from out of Village Charter School, and now he's also an author.
And it does not surprise me because that young man is amazing.
He's amazing, talented out of this world.
Amazing.
Out of this world. And you know what? That is you touched on something really important. That's also a part of his parents invested in him.
Yes.
So we need to talk to parents for 1 second. Don't be looking at them kids frowning up because they're doing something that you may not know how to do, or you don't know why they're doing it, or you're not comprehending why they spend time on it. Feed it, girl. Even if it doesn't last, nurture it. Just nurture. You never know if they can draw. You never. If they think they can draw, girl, get them some books or some pencils. If they say they can play basketball, get them a ball. If they on the computers, girl, get them. Listen, this is what we need to do to change this next generation. We need to support them, and not especially people who working with these young people. Not only parents, but the whole village need to work with them. So I'm excited that you got him. And again, he was only in the 4th grade when he published that book, right?
10 years old.
Yeah,
that's it.
He's in every day. He's in junior high school now, and in 6th grade, just blossoming. So we have a lot of talent coming out of Trenton, New Jersey, and people don't understand it. I was just saying the other day, my sister got this big promotion for Yale University, and you listen, y'all know I give kudos to all my Black women, but my sister, my birth sister, she is my world, and so every time she get a compliment, I'm blowing her up. And one of the things that I said after showing the article that she was in. Does anything good come out of Trenton? Yes. A whole lot of good come out of Trenton. A whole lot. And so we are going to support my sister. I am proud of you. You can find her on Facebook, on Facebook.com. You can find her book at everywhere. Boys and Nobles, Walmart, look, eBay, you name it. Amazon.
Don't forget Amazon. Yes. Amazon. And it's called Different, Just Like You by Teska Frisby. And that's my beautiful family that's on there. that I am so, so grateful for.
And when I say, you can see people who wear a mask when it comes down to their family. She does it, and their family is not a mask.
Mm-mm.
I'm blessed to be around them from the mother-in-law, Miss LaRue, all the way down. They have a very loving family that I have been blessed to become a part of and watch how hard they work, not only for each other, but just for New Jersey at large. These are committed people. If you are thinking about who you want to vote for, in this upcoming election. And just remember, if you just in case you don't know, it won't be in May this year because of this pandemic. So they got a lot of time to campaign. That's a long time, girl. Oh my God, that's a whole job. I mean, you got. For those who also may not know, I ran for Westwood City Council when I was a kid. And we only had the campaign, and I came out early. And I came out early because it was important for me to hit the streets that summer before. So normally people come out in January, and then the election is in May. So it's not that, overwhelming a lot. I understand what y'all going through because literally I started that April. I made my announcement that April, and
Wow.
we hit the streets. And I was grateful, and I said this all the time, to come in second. It was like 11 of us running. I was the youngest. I came in second under the amazing Annette Lotigue. I was going to lose against anyone. It was an honor to lose against her. So I took second place, the youngest number of voters from 18 to 35 that's ever voted in the city of Trenton at that time.
I knew a good thing when I saw it, but it just wasn't your time for that space.
It wasn't. You know what I love about what I was able to do? Register so many people that would have never registered. So in my mind, every time I think of my boy Barack, you're welcome. You're welcome, Barack, my boy Barack, because we had so many people that would have been registered, but they registered because we hit those streets.
That's
and we
right.
need to hit those streets again. So if you want to volunteer to help Teska with her upcoming campaign, I ask that you would, because I'm promising you, you will not regret it. And I can bet my last dollar that when she's elected, she's going to do a great job. I promise you that. I believe in you 100%. And I said publicly, if there's anything I can do for you, do not ever hesitate to ask. We will bring you back on a few more times. I got to talk to you about April, and also before the campaign, obviously, this platform is open for you. If you want to talk about anything, just give me a holler and I'm there. So with that said, my wonderful people, I want to thank you for listening to Tona's Table. It has been a great day, a busy day. Teska has already been working today, and I was getting ready to say bye, but I'm not. That's why it's my show. What I am going to say is how proud of you, because we had an event in Trenton, New Jersey, downtown, about some women being harassed, and the person who harassed them was not being removed from their position. I was confused why we had to even do this in 2022 when women and people cannot go to school, women or men, but this was incident just happened to be women, that they cannot go to work and be safe.
That's right.
That's a problem for me. And then they re-victimized the women over, meaning that they had to prove over and over their stories, and what they said was true. And the guy who victimized them did not. That really upsets me when, even with children, when the children have to prove it, and the predators just, they don't even worry about them unless more than one, more than two. Because if one would have came out on him, it probably one did. And nothing happened really. So it took a numerous number of women to say exactly, and probably more than that. I'm pretty.
Those are the 4 that came out.
24 that came out.
We don't know how many there were, but there were 4 who came out to say there are allegations of sexual harassment, and our council would not touch it. How could you? And the majority of our council are women. How dare you? Force these women to go into the same office where this man is, and then after he's only been there for XYZ short number of years, these women who've been here for 10, 15 years, they are the ones now who have to be uprooted and moved to someplace else. That's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. And it's not going to be on my watch. Exactly. I told them, they voted them in. We're going to vote them out. You made a pledge to take care of these citizens. Why? Why do our women feel the way that they do? And you are women who are at the helm you are the president and the vice president, and you did nothing at all.
I was horrified. I was horrified.
Unacceptable. Yes.
I was
It
horrified.
brings me to my experience, and that's all I could see. What would I want done for me? Would I want people to sit quietly, or do I want somebody to get out there and roar?
Yes.
That's why I had to make sure that you were the closure for that today. You roared, and you helped let those ladies know that there were someone out there, some bodies that were standing with them and for them. They don't have to say anything else. We got their back.
That's it. I was so pleased to see all those lions come together and war. I was so proud of those women warriors. Yes. Who told their stories and said, enough, I am not backing down, I am not shutting up, you will not keep me quiet. And that's how we need to be. We need to have a voice, and if the voice is not being heard, we need to be able to do what you did, Teska. I applaud you and everybody that was there today who joined with those women to war with them so we can stop it and shut it down.
Shut it down.
Not stop. I told them at the rally when I had the opportunity to close the rally down. I said to them, we doing this all over the world. It's affecting Trenton, but it's affecting women and men all over the world. And we must come together. We must unite, and we must fight to take a stand.
Yes.
That's must too. We have to. So again, I want to thank you for doing that, and all those who came out today. I give you kudos and thank you for going with us. It was powerful, it was amazing, and it was moving, and it did exactly what I feel that it was supposed to do. What it was intended to do was to shine the light on these women who were being sexually harassed and victimized by people who are employed their boss, and we're not going to have it. So. Again, now I can end it. I just wanted to get that out and say that was awesome, and I'm proud of everybody who came. Now, thank you for joining Tona for Tona's table, and I thank my amazing, awesome guest, the next Westport City Councilwoman Teska Frisby, for joining me tonight. I want Teska Frisby, who's the co-founder of my organization, Rosa. Teska Frisby, who is also a survivor. Teska Frisby, who also is an author and a community advocate. Teska Frisby, who ain't no joke, who is dedicated, loyal, hardworking, non-stoppable, young Black woman. Won't stop. It's not even in her DNA. Mm-hmm. I look forward to having you back on my show, Teska. Y'all have a great weekend. I thank you for joining me again on Tona's Table. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, my love.
Good night, my sister.